Hey, welcome to Outsider Reviews. I'm Brian.
I'm Pat.
This week we have for you the 2023 Buick Envision ST, that's sport touring.
That's right, Brian. But is it still your grandparents' Buick?
Well, let's find out.
So let's take a look at this Buick Envision Sports Touring. Right away, we can tell by the front grille that this is a sports package because it's got the blacked out grille. We have the shields right here, the famous Buick shields. Camera for obviously trailer parking assist, and we have some nice LED lights. I actually quite like the look of it, of the front. It does make it look like a more modern look. I like it. I mean, I also like the hoods. It's a couple of raised areas right here, and I'm not sure if you can pick that up on the camera, but it does give it a little bit of an edge, which I think Buick is trying to move away from that, okay? Now, under the hood of this, we have a inline-4 turbocharged 2-liter engine. It'll give you about 228 horsepower and 258 pounds-feet of torque. As far as fuel economy, in Canada, we're looking at about 10.5 in the city, 10.5 liters per 100 kilometers in the city, 8.5 on the highway, which gives you about a combined 9.5 liters per 100 kilometers. I've been driving this for a few days now, and I can tell you, you know what, that's fairly accurate. I'm actually at around 8.5 liters per 100 kilometers, so I'm actually doing better than EPA. But anyways, we're going to take it for a drive later and tell you guys all about that. Now, we have no fog lights. We just have the sensors down here. And then we move off to the sides. We have these beautiful 20-inch blacked out rims with the 20-inch Continentals. So 245, 45, 20s. I think I like the look of it. I like the contrast here between the white. So we have a Summit white color here. Which we had a blacked out mirror. It looks very nice. Not too much chrome. I'm not a big fan of chrome, which is good. So, you know, I think the more we move away from chrome, the better it looks. We do have some blacked out at the bottom here. It is going to make it harder to keep it clean, but we got matching door colored handles with the remote keyless entry. We actually have remote keyless entry in the back as well, which I actually kind of like. I find that quite interesting. Same size tires in the back as we do have in the front. And we move all the way to the rear. We have our badgings here telling you that this is an all-wheel drive Envision. Again, we got the shields here, camera back here, and the sports touring badge here telling you which trim level this is. So as far as pricing goes, this is going for around $45,000 plus the $2,000 destination fee. This gives you around $47,000 Canadian. This is a Canadian price. And now for all the luxurious interior, because that is one aspect that I really like about this vehicle. When we're comparing it to other brands, I think that's where Buick is going to stand out, is the luxurious side of it. And we're going to pass it to Brian, who's going to take us inside.
All right, so let's just have a little peek at the inside of our Buick Envision here. Starting on the door, we can see our presets for our 8-way adjustable electric seats. You've got 2 different options there, so 2 different drivers. Set it up the way you want. It'll save your settings. If we move further down the door there, you also see you've got your rear hatch controls, opening and closing. Having the speakers in this car, it's a 9-speaker sound system. It's a Bose, as you can see. So great quality sound system there. We have built into the dash here a heads-up display. You can see the buttons there. It's actually for this price point, that's actually a pretty cool feature to have. Try to get a shot of it there. You can kind of see it. So you'll have things like your speed. If you've got your GPS set up, it'll give you some of your directions, like the arrows and whatnot, right in your windshield there. So always handy. Moving over to the seats, we've got real leather. There's perforated leather, as well as the white stitching and then the red finishing on it. Again, just another element to add to the look. I think it looks really good on the inside. So yeah, we'll hop inside and have a little closer look. All right, so we're inside our Buick Envision here, and the first thing I noticed, comfort-wise and look, obviously, so my opinion of Buick, they've always gone for a certain look that's, you know, it's an image thing, right? They sell a very nice car, a nice looking car, again, my opinion. But this does not disappoint. Hop inside, have a look around. First thing I kind of noticed is that basically everything in the front, at least that everything that the driver needs to access, is kind of angled towards the driver. So dash and everything, kind of plastics up top, but you've got your center display console here. It's a 10.5-inch display, kind of angled towards me. And as you can see, the center of the dash is kind of contoured here, as well as you come running down through the center here. I think it looks nice. It's comfortable. You kind of got everything facing you. You don't really have to be looking around for everything. So I think it's a nice feature. It's a nice touch. Kind of going through what we have inside the vehicle here. So as far as the seats are concerned, it's 8-way adjustable electric seats. There's 2 pre-programmed settings there. So once you've got your comfort set up there, you're good to go. So steering wheel is heated. Seats controls is just heat, but you do have a dual climate. Looking at the dash here, we've got our combination analog digital. Your center's the digital, a little customization in there. When we're talking about the electronics here, so Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are both wireless. One thing we did notice though is that there's no actual slot for your cell phone, like a cell phone charger. So if you do want to recharge, you just have to plug it in. I mean, you can see there's 2 USB ports up here, A and C, and then you've also got your power outlet here. More your traditional cigarette lighter outlet there. That apparently I can't hold open. There you go. And a nice little sliding cubby to put it all the way. So some of the controls here, the parking assist, auto off, lane control. So this specific vehicle does come with lane control. What it was supposed to come with is you're supposed to get the notification system where if you're trying to change lanes or if you start drifting. When we got the vehicle, there was actually a note with it with a credit for that. So the model itself is supposed to come with it. It's just for whatever reason, this particular vehicle doesn't have all of that equipment set up in it, so there was about a $500 or $600 credit because of that. But so just keep in mind that it's supposed to be an option in here. If you don't have it, maybe there's a supply issue, or maybe it's just something you can use to negotiate. So just keep that in mind. It's a feature it's supposed to have. We can't show it to you right now. Continuing down the center console here, I did notice that for shifting, it's all just push buttons here. There's no dials, there's no traditional shifter. So again, kind of going with that sleek design look. Personally, I like the look. Some people might find they have to get used to, you know, if you're used to a knob or a dial or whatnot. But yeah, looks nice to me. And then again, just design features here. Your center console cubby here. It's just a split opening. As far as creature comforts, there's a 9-speaker Bose sound system. Very good quality sound system in there. And then up top, we've got a full-size panoramic sunroof. And as I've mentioned before, I'm a huge fan of the panoramic sunroofs. So, I mean, all in all, for what you get for this price point, I'm pretty satisfied. I'm pretty impressed. See, so big, can't even get it all on camera. Ah, yeah. So that's just an overview of the front seat. So let's hop into the back and have a look there. Here we are in the back. Again, same kind of finish, same kind of look. Pretty comfortable. So starting again with the doors, you notice the kind of carbon fiber look, inserts, some kind of a plastic there around the door handle. Just a nice finishing touch. There's some padding on underneath the leather here. So your rear passengers, they get a nice armrest there, pretty comfortable, and a little bit of storage space in the door, as well as for some drinks. You can fit probably a water bottle in there too. So coming out of the back of the center console here, we've got ventilation, as well you've got heated seat controls for the rear passengers. And then down below we've got USB A and C seats, or ports, not seats. So onto the seats themselves. This has a 60-40 split when it folds down. This is a 3-seater again. You've got a fold down armrest in the middle here with drink holders. And then just on the bottom here, this is actually pretty convenient. It's just these little plastic covers here. If you've got a child seat, any kind of safety seat to put in there, just flip them up and then it'll be pretty easy to attach. And you've got 2 on both sides, so whatever side you're using, should be fairly quick to set up a child seat back here. As far as space goes, so we got the front seat set up for Pat. Pat's about 5'9". I'm 5'11", so I've got just a tiny bit of room there, but I do have room underneath the seat to tuck my feet in. So, I mean, it's not a ton of leg room here, but it's not bad, and it's comfortable. And I've got lots of headroom and lots of arm space here, so overall, fairly comfortable. Just don't stick somebody who's 6'3", 6'5" back here for 5-6 hours, because they may not be your friend anymore. All right, let's check out the trunk. So, check out the trunk. I love this. I love gadgets. I'm a gadget guy. All right, so here what we have in the back, like I mentioned earlier, you got a 60-40 split. With the seats up, you're looking at about 25 feet of cargo capacity. Once they're both folded down, you're up to about 52 feet, just under 53 feet. So we've got a little bit of lighting in the back. We've got some hookup points as well. And then on the left there, there's also another outlet, another power outlet. Just right here, yeah. So then, yeah. So we'll just show you here the fold down seats. So as you can see, once they're actually folded down, you got a nice, nice level surface there all the way across. So really easy to slide everything in and out. Isn't even really much of a gap there, honestly. Like it's made pretty snug. So lots of storage space in the back, and then underneath you've got the spare tire, 17-inch rim. So there you go. So there's your overview of the car, inside and out. So we'll hit the road, we'll get some kilometers down, and we'll let you know what we think. Stay tuned.
All right, so we are on board of the 2023 Buick Envision Sports Touring, and we're joined with Brian.
Hi.
Brian had to go, so we're joined with Luke. Hey, Luke.
Hi.
So this part of the video, we're giving you guys our impression of what it's like to be driving this Buick Envision. And as I hit some construction here, I gotta say, my personal vehicle that I drive every day, except for every other week when I get a press vehicle, is a Mazda CX-5, which I find that this is comparable in size in every other way. So I like to compare with what I know, right? We've driven the Taos as well, so, and which I find them comparable and stuff. So there's takeaways between those three vehicles that I find that where the Buick definitely wins, and there's some that I find that, you know, there's some drawbacks.
Okay, go ahead.
Comfort, I find that the Buick is very comfortable. You're sitting in the passenger seat. What do you think?
I love the seat. I really love the seat. I mean, for a passenger seat, the adjustability of it is amazing. I'm pretty happy with it. I don't know if we were up for a few hours, but for now, I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah, and I did drive this all the way from Montreal to Quebec City, and I've been driving it for the past few days as well. And I can tell you, it's a very, very comfortable ride. It's a very smooth ride, as opposed to with my CX-5. It's a very engaging ride. So the suspension is a little harder, but you can take the corners a little faster. It's more of a response vehicle, as opposed to this. More of a smooth ride and comfort vehicle. That's what I would defer to. As far as handling and basically driving the vehicle, as far as how it goes for acceleration, I mean, this 2-liter turbo engine does just fine. Not as perky or not as much pep as the CX-5, Luke, but it definitely does just fine. We can test a little bit of acceleration here. Come to stop. There's nobody else. And launching it. Just me flooring it.
It's not bad. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah, no, it's not bad. You do have the different drive modes. I'm not even gonna cover the off-road mode because, like Brian said, I would not take this vehicle off-road. Maybe when we have deep snow up here in the mountains, you could use that. But essentially, just throwing it into all-wheel drive will do that for you. Sports mode, I did try with sports mode. It does go into all-wheel drive sports mode. I just found that the acceleration wasn't that noticeable.
Does it push the gear changing a little bit higher in the revs?
The RPMs?
The RPMs, yeah.
Yeah, but it's not that noticeable. Like if I was to switch to, let's go with sports mode right now.
You can do it on the fly?
Yeah, you can do it on the fly. You have to wait for the all-wheel drive to start blinking, and now it's engaged.
Okay.
And I'll stop it here and floor it.
Hard to tell. Really hard to tell.
It's very hard to tell. I can tell you your fuel economy is probably going to be a lot worse off, but we've been idling this car during our shoots just to keep the lights on and have the nice climate controls on, and we've been doing acceleration tests like we just did. So I'm at 8.7 liters per 100 kilometers, which is still pretty decent. But it's definitely not best in class. There's vehicles out there. My Mazda, I think, is a bit better in fuel economy. And I think the Volkswagen Taos definitely was as well. But the Volkswagen Taos does not have as much pep as this does. It has a 1.5 liter turbo. This has a 2-liter turbo. And this is definitely a smoother acceleration as well.
And you don't feel any turbo lag in here?
I do not feel a turbo lag. No, not like we did in the Taos. If you didn't check out that video, check it out on our YouTube channel.
Put the link below.
Yeah, put the link at the end screen. And otherwise, this can tow 1,500 pounds, although this one's not equipped with a tow hitch. That is a little bit below what other vehicles are capable. Usually, to keep a vehicle this size, it's about 2,500 pounds, depending, or 2,000 pounds. So, but I mean, you want something to tow and then shop for what you tow. It depends what you're shopping for.
Correct. I would agree with you.
Where this vehicle absolutely hands down wins is the cockpit area. You feel like you're being immersed and wrapped with all the tech, the screens, the buttons is, the push shifter, the push button shifter, I'm not a fan of.
I used to have a Honda van with that, and I didn't like it either. So I'm glad to be back with a shifter. So yeah.
Well, that's just it. I love the GM Triptonic shifter that just just click up, click down, and stuff like that. It's an electronic shifter, and I find it would occupy less space, which would give us bigger cup holders, which I'm always a big fan of. These cup holders are just generic size, so the big gulp test, it might not pass the big gulp test.
No, it won't.
Fuel economy is decent. We are running in two-wheel drive most of the time, except for when we're doing our acceleration test. Driver assist, it's okay. Again, we got the credit, right, for like this vehicle is not equipped with lane obstacle detection.
Correct.
Which, being used to having lane detection, I mean, you should never rely on that, but it's always comforting to have that. So I'm a little bit disappointed this vehicle doesn't have that, but it does have a heads-up display and a really nice panoramic sunroof. So, you know, it depends what you guys are shopping for.
From a passenger standpoint, because of the dash being turned towards you, it's harder for me to read the screen. I can see it, but it's not great when compared to a vehicle where the screen is flat.
Yeah, that would be that's something that as a driver I think it's really cool, but as a passenger you're probably not.
I know if you ask your co-pilot, please set up something.
Yeah,
it might be a little bit of an issue here.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Road noise is excellent. I know we just did a rough patch of road in our hoods, and in our hood it's pretty decent as a road noise.
Yeah, road noise is actually really good. It's a lot more quiet than my my CX-5, and it's like I said, we have a lot of potholes in our country roads up the mountains, and this absorbs the impact very, very well. I found that it did a really good job. So all in all, we'll go back to what our first statement was. Is this your grandpa's car? Or your grandparents' vehicle? Is Buick still a grandparents' vehicle? I would say no. Just because of my grandparents would have a hard time operating all the tech in here.
Well, let's say I'm not a grandparent yet, but I could be. And I mean, I could live with it. It's a nice vehicle. I like it. I like the sportiness of it. It's a pretty vehicle.
Yeah, it very is. And I love the inside. I would change the only thing I change about the inside is wireless charger spot. There is a place that you can have a wireless charger. It's just this one doesn't come with the wireless charger. But even if it was, it's not the most accessible to remove your phone and take your phone and put it back. Yep. It's kind of in a deep cubby, and it kind of takes away of the storage space for just leaving regular things. I think there would be a better place for that. Everything here was well thought of. The fit and finish is very well put together, the way the doors close and everything. So I would definitely recommend this car for somebody that's in the market and it's not going to break the bank. There you have it, folks. That's basically our verdict here at Outsider Reviews. It's a very nice vehicle, very well put together. Not the sportiest, but you know, not the most expensive either. So it's a bright fine between like a luxury vehicle. So definitely gives you a luxury feel on the inside, and has a price just like in the middle of where you see crossovers. So Luke, thank you for making an appearance on this show.
My pleasure, guys.
And until then, guys, don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed the video and the content. And we'll be coming out with more videos, definitely more reviews coming down the line. We have a few more surprises coming up. So until then, we'll see you later.
Take care, guys.